Shalom. My name is Todd Bennett, and I'm coming to you from Shema, Israel. And the Shema is something very important to me and this work that we've been doing over the years. And I think it's important to clarify and make a distinction on this matter. You see, in Judaism, the Shema is considered to be probably the most important prayer that they have. And they pray the Shema in the morning and in the evening when they rise up and when they lie down. And of course, the words of the Shema are found in Deuteronomy 6:4, and they state in part, Shema Yisrael, Yahuwah Eloheinu, Yahuwah Echad. And in English, it means, Hear, O Yisrael, Yahuwah, your Elohim, Yahuwah is one, or Echad. And so it goes on to say that you shall love Yahuwah your Elohim with all your strength, with all your might, with all your being. And it continues to say that you will speak of him when you sit in your home, when you walk along the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. So this is recited in Judaism 2 times a day. Because, of course, it talks about you shall speak of him when you sit in your home, when you walk along the day, and when you rise up, and when you lie down. And so at those 2 points, the prayer is said. But it's interesting because to just treat this as a prayer is really missing the point entirely. You see, Yeshua was asked what was the greatest commandment, and his response was, Shema Yisrael. Okay, so he referred to this as a commandment. And of course, it is a commandment. It's not simply a prayer. And that's where we can get caught up sometimes because, I like to say the Shema when I rise up and when I lie down because it reminds me of the commandment. But I have to also remember that it's not just the saying of these words or the saying of this prayer that fulfills the commandment. They're just words that are being spoken, and unless you actually get those words inside of you and do them, then those words are worthless to you. So just merely saying the prayer doesn't mean anything. The whole point of saying and reciting a prayer is so that we understand that it's a commandment, that we are to love Yahuwah our Elohim with all our strength, with all our might, with all our being, with all of our essence. We are to think of him and speak of him and exalt him through every part of our life. And then that is when we are actually fulfilling the commandment, not just by saying a prayer. And of course, it's the same thing with many of the commandments that we find in the scriptures. The wearing of tzitzit on the corners of our garments doesn't necessarily do anything for us if all we do is wear them and not understand what the purpose of the commandment is. We are supposed to wear the tzitzit so that we are reminded of the commandments. And the reason we're reminded of the commandments is so that we can do the commandments. And so that's what it comes down to when we consider the Shema. And I just want to encourage you not to get complacent and distracted by just saying a prayer, but that we also do the commandment. And of course, that is the very meaning of Shema, to hear and obey. So may we not only speak these words, but also do these words so that we can fulfill the commandment of the Shema.